All right, guys. This is Acer of Spades with Tripleaholics Gaming. I'm over here with Rise of Empires on Team OTL. Today, we are going to crush the Clash of Province Gathering Day. This is huge because, guys, this is the beginning of an entire series. What we're going to show you are the best ways to maximize each and every day for massive results. So like and subscribe, hit that bell wherever that is so you don't miss out on the next day's video. Here is what we're going to learn today exactly. What tech you need to use, the best practices, and protection and maximization on Gathering Day. Guys, I want to make this very clear. If you watch this video all the way to the end and you do everything that is in it, you will absolutely get every single chest every single time. There's no doubt about it. I'm not exaggerating. Let's get started. So first thing first, Clash of Provinces is an event that starts within the game. Once it does, it never ever stops. It's basically a state versus state competition in the game where two states are paired together of about equal abilities based on an algorithm that's inside the game to battle it out all week long in 6 different categories. The state that successfully makes the most points wins. It's that simple, and you earn points by gathering resources from plots on the map or that you made with your alliance technology. The higher the plot, the more resources they hold. So, side note, higher plots will not give you more points. They just have more resources on them. So it's okay to use lower level plots, guys. It's fine. Your legions will only carry so much based on what their current technology is. So they only carry what they can carry. Note number 2, to increase the plot level, you need to increase your alliance tech, meaning your alliance will allow you to build plots. If you go out onto the map, I'll just show you real quick, and you decide to go ahead and hit build out here, you'll have resource stations and you can simply hit coalition iron mine. But if you do that, it will be at whatever it is. In order to do that, which you saw I didn't have enough, you need to have stone. To get that, you go into your technology tab, you donate, you then buy stone inside of your alliance store, which it says bunch of rocks. And then you can go ahead and build those plots, okay? Again, the higher your alliance tech, the higher the plots will be. So each of the resource plots that are available will give you different amounts of points. And to make a long story short, here's exactly how you'll check any event inside Clash of Provinces. What you would do is you would hit the nice little glowing exclamation point here. It glows because it's allowing you to do a free pick on your 7th day. You can do that each and every week. But while you're doing that, when you select event, it will tell you gathering resources, upgrade building, resource technology, hero development, or train units. For gathering purposes, it will tell you. If you spend or buy gems, you'll get points for that. You'll get points if you open the VIP shop, but those are money things. This is a free to play video. Anyway, gathering iron, marble, gems, lumber, and food. All different points, right? So here is the first major tip of this video. I cannot stress this enough. You should only ever, and I do mean ever, you only ever gather iron. Nothing else, never, ever, ever. I absolutely mean nothing else. Here's why. See, iron is the second hardest resource next to gold to get in this game, and it is worth twice the value of something like lumber or food in this game. But even more importantly, even though marble is worth 50% less, they're all too easy to get inside chests if you follow the videos that I put up on the top right. So I'm going to put that in just a few minutes. But more importantly, you never, ever, ever gather gems. You see, it looks very appealing because you are going to get 4,000 points per gem. But guess what? The way this game is made, you're not going to gather any gems. I mean, guys, good luck trying to gather 100 gems. And even if you do, all you end up with is 100 gems. I'd rather you have millions of iron because you can actually use that for upgrades. Whereas those gems, you can't upgrade squat with 100 gems. So don't waste your time. If you want to do that, share the link on Facebook like it allows you to do every day. And that'll give you a free 100 gems. Do not gather them. It will cost you your gathering day. It's literally put in my personal opinion, as a trick in this game. So just stick to the iron. And also, you're welcome. Okay, so now let's move on to the tech that you need. If you followed those tip videos, which again, I'm going to put them right here. Those are my first 2 videos on Rise of Empires. You're already going to see what tech you should have already done, especially starting up and getting your way to base or castle level 16. As you can see, I'm just now reached 19 in the game. I'm about 33 days in, so it took me a little bit, but I'm not paying any money in it, except for I did spend $5 on, one of those extra workmen. But anyway, let's move on. What you're going to know is that you're probably already done at least 50% of town development. As you can see, mine is 90%. I told you to stop at 50% before because you need to immediately get down to Midas Touch to increase your income inside your castle so you're more efficient. But right below this, everything here is about gathering. If you cannot get them all done as soon as humanly possible, at least get alloy refining down at the bottom right here, so that can increase your iron gathering speed by 30%. The others, as you saw around it, will also increase the others by 30%. But again, we're focusing on iron because you guys are going to be the best gatherers in your province. Now, this is my class legion research, but for all the legions, the second row right under hero appointment will have high speed gathering on the left side. That will increase your speed of gathering in general by 25%. So try to get that for each legion after you follow the videos in that description. The take it all will increase the amount of units that will go into your legions. That's huge because that will mean you'll carry more troops, which means they have a higher carrying capacity. And speaking of carrying capacity and troops, the only troop type that you ever want in any of your legion will be cavalry when it comes to doing your gathering or almost anything really. With that being said, you're going to want to do Calvary Training. And on Calvary Training, you have Transport Cart, which is absolutely huge because that will increase your cavalry load. And if you get that all the way maxed out, it will tell you that it will basically double that load for you by level 15. The higher you get it, the more you're going to be able to carry. So major tip number 2 should be cavalry being in all 3 rows. They are going to have almost triple the carrying capacity of any other unit. They are going to do everything faster. And again, they must be in all 3 rows for the speed boost. Just do it. Trust me. Finally, and I cannot stress this enough, guys, it's going to be an entirely separate video once we get to that point, is zone commemoration. Zone commemoration is the most important tech. I don't think I mentioned it. When you're in cavalry training, you want to make sure you stop at cavalry enhancement. If you'll notice, it does not require anything other than the requirements it does have, but it does not require courage medals. Everything underneath that will require courage medals. You want to save all of your courage medals specifically for zone commemoration. It is the most important tech in this game. So please do it. Also, start on the left side. It is much more important that your legions gather faster before they need to gather more. If you want them to gather more, work on your heroes. We'll get to that in Hero Day, and work on your carrying capacity and the other tech we mentioned. Do one side first. So in this case, we're going to work on full scale production first. We're going to get that to 10. As you can see, I'm working on. I'll have enough for the 9 on after today, and then go to Expedition Force and then down to Advanced Rewards, etc. We'll go through the rest of that in the zone commemoration video. As you know, as you grow in this game and increase your legion training camps and increase your heroes, your legions are going to increase in size. I highly suggest you focus on one. But when you're gathering, the main goal is to even out your legions as much as possible. The reason for that is because they are going to gather for the same amount of time when they have an even amount of troop. So right now, my class legion will clearly gather for a lot longer because they have a much higher carrying capacity than the other 3 at the bottom, but those 3 are even. So what I would do is quickly rearrange my heroes so that I can have them more even when I'm moving forward. As you can see, because of the level I'm currently at, I just focused on evening my bottom 3 so that at least they all end at the same time. And that helps me gauge and maximize my points. So let's go ahead and put this directly into practice so we know exactly what to do. Now, before we start, side note, you only get points when your legions begin to return from their gather. So that means when they're returning at the same time, you can use your COP or Clash of Provinces ticket to increase that score at that time. And you can also literally manually recall them all and then send them all back out. So the last thing for this is to increase your equipment. So let's go through that. If you hit next to your gear, exclamation point, and then you'll see a little outfit next to the word Class Legion here. You click that and it will show you what I currently have for gathering equipment. These are scavenge equipment. We're going to have an entire equipment video, guys, so we're going to get there. But first thing you need to know is scavenger equipment specifically helps with gathering, and you will start getting your 4-piece gathering speed bonus when you at least have 4 blue pieces. So when you're doing this, try to get all of your legions outfitted with at least 4 blue pieces, then slowly increase them to purple, so on and so forth. One at a time. At least get to 4 blue as soon as possible so you get the speed bonus. So guys, here's how we put all this together and wrap it up for the maximum score, and as promised, how to protect yourselves. So first things first, as we talked about, you put all Calvary in each and every one of your legions, and you're going to send them to gather iron only while using the gathering bonus, gathering speed bonus for 24 hours. By the way, you get that from your Alliance store as well. So you're going to want to make sure that you go and donate, and then hopefully your leaders have put that gathering bonus here, and for 120,000 donation points, you can get 50% increase, except for gems, by the way. Perfect example why not to do it, but you'll get that for 24 hours. So you want to pop that well before gathering day even starts. I went ahead and built 2 plots after I bought that stone from my Alliance. I'm going to go ahead and gather with first my Class Legion here, and then I'm going to gather with my second APC, which is the smallest. If you notice, it says 49.2K versus 50.6 and 50.4. Here's why. It tells you that my Class Legion will be gathering for 11 hours. And if I put this here, it will tell you that my second Legion will be gathering for only about 2.5 hours at my current technology, based on the amount that I have. This is crucial because what you're going to want to do is put this on about 2 hours and say 15 minutes before gathering day starts. And you're going to want to put your Class Legion, if you were exactly like mine, 11 hours before Clash of Province gathering day starts. This way, you can go ahead and recall them all at the same time. If you need to, set alarms. This way, as soon as gathering event starts, which by the way, is 30 minutes after reset, not at reset of the game, 30 minutes after reset. So please watch your times before you do this. You're clearly going to want to make sure you hit your Clash of Province ticket, and you do that by going to Town Buffs. You'll see where it says increase Clash of Province score at the bottom. Hopefully you have an 100% ticket. I currently only have 150% left right now. You're going to then hit that use for the ticket and then recall them after the event starts. And obviously to recall, you'll just hit that return button here at the top left, and then it'll go back to you, and that's when the points will immediately proc. Now, I need you to understand, since your tickets will last 30 minutes, you're going to want to immediately send all of your legions back out to the closest iron plots and allow them to gather for the remaining, say, 29 minutes. And within that last minute of your Clash of Province tickets, you recall them again. This will maximize your score and double up the use of those Clash of Province tickets. Even though that seems only to be around 30 minutes and it doesn't seem like that big of a deal, I promise you it's a huge tip. You really will maximize. And if you do every single thing that I'm telling you and you do that and just repeat it throughout gathering day, you will absolutely crush it. If your legions are not carrying that many troops at the time like mine are, and they're not equal to your Class Legion, yet what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to make sure that you do log on every other hour in my case, or every 2.5 hours if you need to, so that you can recall them all and get those points, and make sure you put them right back out together. If you only have 3 chests in the get-go, it's not going to matter, and by the time you open up the rest of your zone, your legions will be much bigger and gathering day will be a breeze. But guys, that is pretty much that. If you follow those steps, you will absolutely crush it. Make sure you like and subscribe, guys. And what I'm going to teach you guys about the other days, especially Hero Day, is going to absolutely blow you away. So please stay tuned. Meanwhile, this has been Acer of Spades with Triplehogs Gaming, and I'm finally signing out.